Hi, my name is Owen. I work on the production and design team here at ULA, and I worked on the Circuit S.V. So the Circuit S.V stands for Circuit Small Volume. It's a smaller volume of the original Circuit, which is a go-to pack for many thru hikers. This project started with Peter coming to me and more or less saying, with modern, newer, lighter gear, everything is getting smaller. We wanted something that kind of fit the modern times and would allow for people who are carrying less to not have extra fabric, extra material, and just a larger bag than they need for newer, lighter gear.
When we started designing the Circuit S.V, there's a lot of hikers in our company, myself included. A lot of our gear has evolved as materials and construction methods have evolved with it. In 2009, I carried a Western Mountaineering down bag that weighed about a pound more than my current quilt does from Western Mountaineering. The thought that there would be a 1 pound tent was unthinkable 15 years ago. Now you have tarps that are under 10 ounces with lots of space in them. So as these things have evolved, everything's gotten smaller, everything's gotten lighter. And so we continually got asked about a circuit that didn't have as much volume. When we stepped back and thought about that, we had spent years kind of building versions of this for people custom. And we really decided to prioritize this year that we were going to make a pack that was specifically designed to fit, to feel, to look like a circuit, but it was going to offer a smaller volume aspect to it. It'll reduce some weight, it's less wasted space, so that's where the project, the Circuit S.V, was born out of. I'm really happy with the process in which we designed this and chased this to end up with a product that was about 15% less volume. And the best part is, for however many people have circuits and have bought them and supported us over the years that have been asking for this product, when you put it on, it will feel exactly like your current circuit.
So starting out, I took a traditional circuit back panel just from the shop and whipped up a quick prototype with none of the bells and whistles or like shock cord or any of that, but I wanted to see if the volume we were shooting for was in the ballpark. So this allowed me to more or less load up the pack, test it, see how the harness system would work with a smaller bag and make sure that it still felt like a circuit. And then from there I was able to move on, and I made a variety of different patterns and prototypes, and I went through and I tested and made kind of like rough mock-ups like this out of just spare fabric and scrap laying around. And then that allowed me to go on and I built this more of a high fidelity prototype, and this allowed me to go on a backpacking trip with it, load it up, test it next to other bags, and make sure that it did work the way we hoped it would. This one came through and felt exactly like a circuit. It just had a smaller volume. It worked well for like small trekking pole tents, things like that, less of the bulky kind of older gear. And it was just a good size that was kind of in that 45, 50-ish liter range, a little bit of a step down from the larger circuit, but nothing really tiny. And now this is the finished version. This pack really leans into the thru hiker or the 3 to 5 day hiker who is got a dialed kit. They don't carry a lot of stuff. They've been able to refine what they're carrying to kind of the minimum, but they still want to have reliability, this tried and true circuit harness system. It's essentially the contemporary version of the original circuit, designed in order to carry modern gear that is smaller, lighter, and takes up less space.
We are going to continue to make these in our 2 main material choices and a 3rd in our customizer, but we're going to continue to make these in Robic. This is a material we've used for many years. It's one of my favorite fabrics on the market. I love the aesthetics of it. The weight to strength ratio is almost unparalleled by any other nylon fabric on the market. It's very resilient to UV breakdown. It's easy to clean. There's a plethora of color choices. A lot of our Robic backpacks have 8,000 to 10,000 miles on them. The other material we're gonna make it in, which we've been doing, is Ultra Weave, or more commonly known as Ultra. We use Ultra 400X on the more stress and wear points of a pack, which are the bottom panel, side pockets, and back panel. And then we use Ultra 200X for the rest of the pack. We've been using both those materials, Robic in particular, for many years. Ultra, we are going on our 4th year next year using Ultra Weave. Both are proven to last many thousands of miles, hopefully multiple through hikes, and we're really excited to bring the next step of the Circuit to customers.